here, Wilderness 333. We were out today getting some dirt time, and we're practicing with some shelter stuff. Look who's back.
It's good to be back.
Oh yeah, we've got Mr. Evan back, and we are working on some ridgeline shelters, something I have never done before except screwing around in my backyard. So this is the real deal, and I'm just using this tarp. I bought this at a garage sale for $2, and I was trying to make a shelter out of it using a ridgeline. I've made kind of the diamond shape off of a tree before, but I haven't done this one. And what I had to do, if you notice, again as always, suggestions are welcome. There's no middle grommets on this bad boy. There's only 4. This is a space blanket, so we've got that kind of aluminum side in there. But so I just tried. I made a ridgeline. Ridgeline actually worked pretty well. Trying Dave Canterbury way with this sort of knot flying off this bunched up deal here. It's got a double hitch over there. And I just tried to do it without anything attached to the middle. So I've got 4 sides attached with tent stakes, and here we go. I could get underneath here. Here we are in the shelter. This is awkward, but I think it would work. In a pinch, I could definitely stay dry in here. This stuff's gonna keep me warm. So I threw up a ridgeline and threw this over and staked it down. I, however, don't know how well this would work in a, if it gets windy, I'm probably hosed a little bit. But there it is nevertheless. First one. Let's see if I could do another one. Evan's working on one over here as well. He might be in the camera, he might not. He's doing something a little bit more complicated, probably a little bit more sturdy. Personally, I'm just excited to have a good ridgeline. Obviously, a major disadvantage to this way of not having it attached is this can move quite a bit. It's not going to move off, but we have a lot of movement here. But it's not going to go much further than that unless these tear out. So that's why this isn't the best shelter. It would keep me dry though, guarantee you that. Here's a tiny solution to this problem. We just put a little pine cone in there. In the tarp itself, wrapped the paracord around a couple times, basically creating a button. So you get this little loop, and I have extra paracord hanging off over here that you could simply bring through, so you're taut that side, and reattach it somewhere over here. Not the ideal fix, but this would help, and you could probably do the same thing on that side with the leftover there. And if you're in a pinch, that could be a creative way. It might be better just starting over and doing a whole different tarp setup, but that could help you out, just making a little button with the pine cone. Here's my second try at a tarp, more of a lean-to style. This would be more to provide me shade or keep me warm as well with a fire in front. I jerry-rigged this. I tried to do it just flipping it around from what I had. And so I used the loops on here, pretty much jerry-rigged a little toggle with a stick through it, but it's tight. It's not going anywhere. I did the same thing over here. But again, I'm dealing with the same problem. I don't have a middle grommet on this tarp, so I have no way to really secure that. And then on the other side, of course, the tree's in the way, so I couldn't make this as tight as I wanted, but this is just practice, it's okay. I've got those both in, so yeah. I could hang out down here, be in the tarp. Here we've got it. Could put a little fire out in front. I think we'd be good to go. If I wanted shade, I'd flip this over so that the reflective side is reflecting away from me. But yeah, this could be nice. In the jam, it'd also keep me dry, depending on the angle. And I could easily flip this over and go this way. Evan's got his up now. Now we have both of them up.
So I've been playing around with this, and I'm not really at the 5-minute shelter thing that Canterbury's always stressing, but I am getting faster, and walk you through what I've got going on here. Feel free to make suggestions. The whole thing starts over here. Just simple 2 half hitches. I've got a clove hitch tied into this ridge line, and I'm using that to kind of serve as a stopper for my tarp over here. Same thing on the other side, just tying sticks in with clove hitches. Got a taut line hitch, kind of a double taut line hitch. Just I didn't want to cut my cord, so I just tied it on a loop. And then down here, once I
made some tent stakes.
Yeah, made some tent stakes, which I need to get a stick and drive in. But the other thing that I thought was kind of cool, this particular space blanket has a hood in it, so you can wear it kind of as a rain poncho or whatever. But an added bonus that occurs to me is this little hood here would serve as a rain catch to some extent. So if you're taking shelter from the rain, I mean, you're going to need water at some point, so may as well collect it here in this little hood. So I thought that was pretty cool. The hood did actually tear. At first I had to reinforce it with some duct tape, but I think I'm getting my system squared away.
Sweet. Here's what I'm talking about, what Evan was talking about by building this loop. I'm going to pan out. Remember, we didn't have a grommet on either one of these, on the middle of either one of these tarps. So, took some duct tape, folded it in. It is not sticky, so it created a loop. And then that loop runs all the way down here on both sides. And then you duct tape it on. So now, it's stuck on there, and you've got a way more solid structure, as it's going to hang on the ridge line, than mine over there that's not doing that. So, I don't know. I like his solution. I think it's cool. Man, so I know the story on the tarps. I know I've got subscribers, people who watch my videos who know way more than me about this, and people who've never built one just know my audience. But the whole idea of dirt time, I've watched so many videos on how to do this, but when I get out here, I actually thought I could access them. I thought I'd have a way to watch them on my phone, and I couldn't, so I had to improvise. It's a whole other deal. Like, just speaking to making mistakes, it's all about the practice. If I had to do this again to be better, hadn't done one before, but I seriously have spent hours watching the videos. So, you know, I don't know. Any comments on that? The dirt time's huge, guys.
Yeah, I really agree with that, and it's interesting because everything makes sense when you're watching a video, but when you come out, and especially when you're timing yourself, this was originally going to be a 5-minute shelter. The idea of something that you would set up in an emergency scenario to take shelter from the adverse conditions. I mean, I just got in a hurry and I made stupid mistakes. I threaded up my ridgeline before I'd put the tarp on it. And so, yeah, just the dirt time's super important. Just actually getting out here and doing it for yourself, figuring out where your holes are, figuring out where your tarp rips. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you want to know now when it doesn't matter, and not when it's driving rain and you need to take shelter.